In this recording, we are going to take a tour of my stat lab, previously called my math lab. So, first of all, I have a link here in the menu to go to my stat lab. This takes you to the opening page. To register for the course, you need to click on the student button. This lists 3 items you must have. You must have your email address, preferably your Germana email address, your course ID, which is my name, McCormick, followed by 5 digits. That ID is located near the top of the syllabus or course outline. So you want to look in those blocks at the top. You'll find a My Stat Lab ID or a My Math Lab ID, and that tells you what that is. Access code, you have to have an access code or a credit card. If you purchased an access code from the bookstore, you can do it through either a standalone code, or you can buy a printed textbook with an access code packaged in the package. You have to watch for that specific bundle. You also can purchase access here on the My Stat Lab or My Math Lab site with a valid credit card. So if you don't want to have to go to the bookstore, that's the way you can do that. Alright, so you need your email address, your course ID, which in my case will be McCormick followed by 5 digits, and then either the code that you've already purchased or a credit card to purchase access. Alright, now I'm going to go back because I'm already registered, and so I'm going to click on Sign In. And it appears my computer is a little bit slow. Okay, I've typed this in already. Alright, so our course is Math240W01Spring2014, and the code I was just talking about is the McCormick 17611. So that's the code, or I should say the course ID that you will need, along with your code and or a credit card and your email address. I'm going to click on the course name to get us into the course. Okay, now the opening page in my stat lab is what we call the course home. This will give you a list of assignments that are due, assignments that are due in the near future. So you can see we've got 3 assignments listed here so far. The chapter contents is actually a textbook, and so Chapter 1, I'm going to go to section 1.2. When you go to that section, there is a video lecture that has been recorded, so you may want to use that in addition to the lectures I recorded and posted in Blackboard, or in place of those. And you can see there are 2 lectures actually for 1-2. And then there's the multimedia textbook. This is the way you get to the ebook. And you will notice I am in my Mozilla Firefox as my browser. My Stat Lab and my Math Lab both only work in Firefox, so I understand I used to work in Google Chrome as well, but my understanding is that there's a problem now with Google Chrome. Now, if there is a video, you have, and these are the same videos we looked at a moment ago. You have also an animated activity which you can get to here. And I don't think I'm going to wait for that to open. Okay, but it's an animated, and then there's also some additional resources. So that's where the book is, and you'll notice it does have the exercises just like the printed textbook. I'm going to close out of this. The study plan is something optional. The study plan tells you what you can do to improve your knowledge based on your homework and your quiz results. So chapter contents is the ebook. Homework we'll be using here. You can see the list of homework that is required. And so you'll be beginning the orientation homework is what is due on the 16th. I'm going to choose one of these others. Now, as you look at the homework questions, you'll notice there's little film clips. That means that there's a video that goes with that particular question. I'm just going to go to question number 4. Let me move this over so it's inside my window. Now, some of the questions are multiple choice like this one. Some are not. Some you just have to type in a number. What you should notice is over to the left there is a math symbol palette where you can get fractions, square roots, exponents, and additional symbols. To the right you have some help buttons. You have a button that says help me solve this. If you use that button, what will happen is that my stat lab will give you a different problem to actually do for your homework. You can play the video that goes with the content for this question. You can click on textbook. It'll take you to the textbook section that covers this content. StatCrunch is for calculations that you may want to do. I recommend that you stick with your TI 8384 because that's what you will be using able to use on your exams. You can get tech help if you're having problems with that. You can connect to a My Stat Lab tutor, or you can send an email to me by clicking on this. This will link directly to my email, and it will include a question. It will include a link that will bring me to this question. And you'll notice I got number 4 wrong. So let's see if I can get a different question. Back to 3. All right. It's discrete. Okay, so notice that although it counted it wrong the first time when I corrected it, I got a check mark. So anytime you miss one, you do have, I think you have 4 opportunities to get the question right. And I'll save it to make sure it says that I got question 4 right. Okay, and that's the way the homework works. The quizzes are very similar, and I'm going to go to that next. The big difference between the quizzes and the homework is that there are no help buttons for the quizzes. On the homework, you can do the questions over and over until it, eventually it will count it wrong. I think you get at least 4 attempts. On the quizzes, you get to take the quiz twice before the due date to try to improve your score. The grade book will house your grades from my math lab only. It will not include your lab grades or any other items that you turn in outside of my math lab. So if you turn something in like a lab, like a project in Blackboard, the grade will not show up here. The multimedia library is a way to get to the videos and also the animated exercises if you want to get to them all at once. And let's go to... Okay, so you'll find there are some Stat Talk videos which are kind of interesting. I may, in the introductory, the reminder for your lessons, I may, what to do for a week, I may tell you to watch one of these. You also have active stats, which is an animated activity. It goes along, you read it, and then it has you complete something, and then you move along. You also have animations that go through, so you may be interested in some of those. The multimedia textbook sections are listed here again. The video lectures are listed here again. There are PowerPoints, and then there are review exercise videos. So you may find some of those helpful for the chapter. Purchase options are listed here. Study plan is optional. You can choose to do that, or you can choose to skip over it. Tools for success. You do need to come here for StatDisk when you go to download it. The StatDisk website is listed here. And also the graphing calculator help. The tutorials are listed here. And you can see getting started. You want to go there. Entering data into lists. They have a tutorial which they tell you what to do, and so like here I have to press on stat, and then I can see and then I have to press on enter and so forth. So it will take you step by step through the calculator. I really don't know that you'll need to use the tutoring services for Pearson, because we do have Germana tutoring services that are available. We also have Smart Thinking available through Germana that is free, which is available 24/7. Each student is assigned a certain number of hours at the beginning of the semester, and then you can ask the tutoring center for additional hours if you find you need those. So I'm going to go back to the course home. And you can see the calendar and the upcoming assignments. I usually do not post any announcements here. I use Blackboard for that. However, you do want, as part of the first week, to do the browser check and watch the how to enter answers. Both of those are important for you to do to make sure you're ready to work on the MyStatLab site. And that's it for this tutorial.